Have you ever felt like society expects you to act or look a certain way just because you're over 70? Maybe you've heard phrases like, "You should slow down," or "That's not for someone your age," and wondered, why do these outdated ideas still hold so much power? What if I told you that many things women are told to believe after 70 just don't make sense? They're nonsense, ideas and habits that hold us back from living fully and joyfully in this incredible chapter of life. In today's video, we're diving deep into 12 of the biggest myths and pressures that women over 70 face, but that need to be thrown out the window. From chasing youth in a world obsessed with looking younger, to feeling guilty for saying no, to avoiding new experiences or technology, you'll hear why these rules no longer serve you. Stick around until the end because I'll share how freeing it is to reject these nonsense beliefs and embrace a life where your happiness, peace, and curiosity come first. If you're ready to feel empowered, enjoy your relationships more, and create space for what truly matters, this video is for you. So, let's get started on breaking the old molds and stepping confidently into the life you deserve after 70. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Chasing youthful beauty standards. Chasing youthful beauty standards is one of the most exhausting and unnecessary battles many women face, especially after reaching the age of 70. I've often wondered why society puts so much pressure on women to look like they did decades ago, as if the only measure of beauty is youth. But honestly, believing that you must look like you're 40 again to be considered beautiful is not only unrealistic, it's a deeply unfair expectation that robs you of the joy of embracing who you truly are today. In my personal experience, and from the many inspiring women I've had the privilege to know, beauty after 70 takes on a whole new meaning. It's not about erasing every wrinkle or hiding every gray hair. It's not about hiding behind layers of makeup or chasing the impossible dream of turning back time. Instead, beauty at this stage is something far more profound. It's about the radiant glow that comes from living a full life, one filled with stories, lessons, triumphs, and even heartbreaks that have shaped your character and soul. What truly makes a woman beautiful after 70 is confidence. It's the quiet strength in her eyes, the gentle kindness in her smile, and the authenticity she carries so effortlessly. There's a special kind of elegance that only time can cultivate, a deep comfort in one's skin that no youth can imitate. When a woman embraces her age, she radiates a light that goes beyond skin deep. It's a light born from self-acceptance and pride in her journey. I remember meeting a woman in her late 70s who told me, "I stopped trying to look younger years ago. Now, I focus on being happy and healthy. That's when I feel truly beautiful." Her words struck me deeply. That's the truth many of us need to hear. Beauty is not about pretending to be someone you're not, but about celebrating the amazing person you have become. So, to all women over 70, I say this with all my heart. Stop chasing the unrealistic standards of youth. Instead, embrace your unique beauty, the beauty of resilience, wisdom, and grace. When you do, you'll find joy and freedom that no mirror can ever give you. That truly is the most powerful, radiant kind of beauty there is. 2. Worrying about what others think. At 70 and beyond, one of the most important and yet most difficult lessons we can learn is to stop worrying about what others think of us. For so many years, perhaps even a lifetime, we've been conditioned to shape our lives around the expectations, judgments, and opinions of those around us. We have bent ourselves in countless ways, trying to please everyone. Family members, friends, co-workers, neighbors, even strangers we barely know. We've silenced our true desires, hidden our quirks, and sometimes even compromised our values just to fit in or avoid criticism. But here's the truth I've come to embrace. At this stage in life, worrying about others' opinions is a heavy, unnecessary burden. It drains your energy, clouds your mind, and dims the unique light that only you can shine. The people whose judgments matter most often don't define your worth or your happiness. And the ones who do truly love you will accept you as you are, flaws and all. I've watched so many friends and family members waste precious time agonizing over what others might think, afraid to speak their minds, hesitant to follow their passions, or feeling trapped by invisible chains of societal expectations. It breaks my heart to see that struggle because I know how liberating it is to finally release that fear. At 70 plus, your happiness must take center stage. You've paid your dues, fulfilled countless roles, and given so much to others. Now it's your turn. Imagine waking up every morning with a lightness in your heart because you no longer carry the weight of others' opinions. Picture yourself making choices based on what truly brings you joy, peace, and meaning, not what will earn approval or avoid disapproval. It's not always easy to break free from the habit of people-pleasing. After decades, it's deeply ingrained. But every step you take toward living authentically is a gift to yourself. It's a declaration that your feelings matter, that your voice deserves to be heard, and that your life belongs to you alone. So please, don't let the fear of judgment hold you back any longer. Let go of the invisible chains and allow yourself to live fully, freely, and joyfully. You deserve to prioritize your happiness above all else, because after 70 years of giving, loving, and sacrificing, it's finally your time to shine. 3. Overloading on skincare and anti-aging products. It's so easy to get caught up in the world of skincare, especially when society constantly pushes the idea that youth and flawless skin are the ultimate goals. I've noticed many people, myself included at times, feeling pressured to buy the latest expensive creams, serums, and anti-aging products, hoping they will somehow erase every wrinkle or fine line that life has gently etched onto their skin. Some even consider undergoing risky cosmetic procedures, thinking that these drastic measures are the only way to hold on to their youthful appearance. But honestly, chasing this illusion of perfection can be a heartbreaking and exhausting journey. There's often disappointment when these products don't work as promised, or when procedures bring unexpected side effects. Worse, this obsession can make us feel like our natural selves are not good enough. It creates a silent voice inside, whispering that aging is something to be ashamed of, rather than a natural and beautiful part of life. I believe deeply that this mindset needs to change. Our skin is so much more than a surface to be perfected. It is a living record of our life's experiences. Each wrinkle and crease tells a story. The laughter shared with loved ones, the moments of worry, the nights spent dreaming, the tears shed in times of both sorrow and joy. These marks are badges of honor, reminders that we have lived fully and courageously. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. When we stop overloading on products and procedures, and instead choose to care for our skin with gentle kindness and acceptance, something wonderful happens. We begin to see our natural beauty in a new light, appreciating the way our skin reflects the wisdom, strength, and resilience we carry inside. This self-love radiates outward in a way no cream or treatment ever could. To me, embracing my skin story is a revolutionary act of freedom. It means saying goodbye to unrealistic standards and the endless cycle of buying products out of fear or insecurity. It means welcoming myself, with all my imperfections and all my history, fully and unconditionally. And that truly is the most beautiful glow anyone can have. 4. Trying to do it all alone. Trying to do everything alone. The idea that you must carry every burden, solve every problem, and manage every challenge by yourself is a deeply exhausting and, frankly, unrealistic way to live. I've seen many people, especially as they grow older or face difficult times, fall into this trap of thinking they have to be completely self-reliant, like asking for help is somehow a failure or a sign of weakness. But in truth, this mindset can quietly steal away so much joy, peace, and even hope from your life. Life is not meant to be a solitary journey. It's a shared experience, a tapestry woven with connections, compassion, and community. When you refuse support, you risk isolating yourself, carrying heavy loads that no one was ever meant to bear alone. From my heart, I want to say that accepting help and leaning on others isn't a sign that you're incapable or less strong. It's one of the most courageous and loving things you can do for yourself. Opening up to family, friends, neighbors, or even community groups can bring a richness to your life that nothing else can match. It's in these connections where you find comfort when days are hard, encouragement when you feel down, and practical help when tasks feel overwhelming. You begin to realize that life's challenges become lighter when shared, and that vulnerability creates room for healing and growth. I believe there is a profound beauty in letting others support you. It reminds us that we are human, imperfect, sometimes fragile, but also deeply connected beings who thrive through relationships. When you say yes to support, you invite kindness and empathy into your world. You also give others the gift of feeling needed and valued, which strengthens bonds and brings meaning to life on both sides. I understand how tempting it is to try to prove your independence by doing it all yourself. But please know this, you don't have to be a hero all the time. It's okay to admit when things get too heavy. It's okay to say, I can't do this alone. And it's okay to reach out, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Because in doing so, you're not only taking care of yourself, you're also enriching your life with the warmth and support that only community can provide. Remember, no one should ever have to face life's storms in isolation. Accepting help doesn't diminish your strength. It honors your humanity and opens the door to a fuller, more joyful life. Don't be afraid to embrace the people around you. When you do, you'll find that the journey becomes not only easier but also infinitely more meaningful. 5. Holding on to toxic relationships. One of the most painful and yet common struggles many people face as they grow older is the tendency to hold on to toxic relationships, whether with friends, family members, or even acquaintances, simply because they feel obligated to do so. It's as if there's an invisible contract that says, I have to maintain this connection no matter what, even when that relationship is slowly eroding your joy, draining your energy, and affecting your overall well-being. I truly believe this is one of the heaviest burdens we can carry, yet it often goes unspoken because of love, guilt, or fear of being alone. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you forced yourself to sit through a conversation that left you feeling emotionally empty or worse, anxious? How many gatherings have you attended with a smile on your face, while inside you felt a storm of resentment or sadness? These experiences chip away at your mental and emotional reserves, leaving you feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. For me, realizing that some relationships are more toxic than nourishing was a difficult but eye-opening journey. There was a time I believed that loyalty meant enduring discomfort or pain for the sake of others. But what I've come to understand is that true loyalty must first be toward yourself. Toxic relationships come in many forms. Sometimes it's a family member who constantly criticizes or controls, leaving you feeling small and unseen. Other times, it's a friend whose negativity pulls you down, whose presence triggers stress rather than happiness. And occasionally, it's an old habit of holding on to the past, fearing change, or feeling undeserving of better connections. Whatever form it takes, the effect is the same, a persistent weight that saps your energy and dims your spirit. It's important to remind yourself that letting go or creating distance doesn't mean you have failed or that you don't care. Choosing your well-being over toxic ties is one of the most courageous acts of self-respect and love. I've witnessed how the moment I stopped trying to fix or please people who weren't willing to meet me halfway, a profound sense of relief and freedom blossomed within me. Suddenly, there was space for peace, for healing, and for new, healthier relationships to grow. Of course, ending or redefining these relationships isn't always easy. It can bring feelings of loneliness, guilt, or sadness because human connections are deeply intertwined with our identity and sense of belonging. But in time, you come to understand that the quality of your relationships matters far more than the quantity. Surrounding yourself with people who truly care, who encourage you, and who respect your boundaries is what fuels happiness and resilience, especially as we age. If you find yourself constantly feeling drained after seeing certain people, or if you dread phone calls or visits because of emotional strain, it's a clear sign to reflect on those connections. Ask yourself, are these relationships lifting me, or are they pulling me down? Do I feel safe and valued, or do I feel unheard and dismissed? You owe it to yourself to nurture relationships that make you feel alive, supported, and loved exactly as you are. In the end, holding on to toxic relationships out of obligation is a form of self-neglect. It's okay to say no. It's okay to step back. And it's okay to choose peace over pain. Your emotional health is precious, and honoring it is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Remember, life is too short and too beautiful to spend it weighed down by connections that harm rather than heal. 6. Avoiding new technology because it's too hard. Avoiding new technology simply because you believe it's too hard is one of the biggest barriers many older adults face, and it's truly heartbreaking. When you tell yourself you're too old to learn how to use smartphones, tablets, or even to join a video call, you're not just avoiding a device. You're closing yourself off from a whole world of connection, meaningful moments, and pure joy. I've seen so many wonderful people miss out on heartfelt conversations with grandchildren, celebrations with friends, or even simple daily check-ins, all because they feel intimidated or afraid to try something new. But here's something I deeply believe: it's never too late to learn. Age should never be the reason to hold yourself back from embracing technology. Yes, it might seem confusing or overwhelming at first. The buttons, the apps, the endless updates, these can feel like a foreign language. But step by step, with patience and practice, anyone can gain confidence. And the rewards are incredible. Imagine being able to see your loved ones' faces when you talk, even if they live across the country. Imagine sharing photos instantly, celebrating birthdays in real time, or joining a virtual book club or community group. These are not just conveniences. They're lifelines that can bring laughter, warmth, and comfort. I know it's normal to feel frustrated or even embarrassed at first, but don't let those feelings stop you. It's okay to ask for help, to take things slowly, and to celebrate every small victory along the way. Trust me, once you begin to unlock these new skills, you'll feel a renewed sense of independence and joy. You deserve to be part of this digital age, to connect, to learn, and to thrive. Don't let fear steal these precious moments from you. Instead, embrace the challenge and discover how much happiness technology can bring into your life. 7. Saying yes to every request. Have you ever felt that invisible pressure to say yes to everything? Whether it's attending social gatherings, helping friends or family with favors, or volunteering for tasks, many of us carry this deep sense of obligation to always be available. At first, saying yes might feel like the right thing to do, a way to be kind, helpful, and supportive. But over time, especially as we grow older, this habit can quietly become a heavy burden that weighs on our hearts and drains our energy. I've seen so many people, including myself, fall into this exhausting trap of overcommitting. You start the day full of hope and good intentions, but by the afternoon, you feel worn out, physically tired, and emotionally stretched thin. And yet, the thought of saying no seems impossible. There's guilt, fear of disappointing others, or the worry that you might be seen as selfish or uncaring. But the truth is, constantly saying yes when your body and soul are screaming for rest is harmful. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Setting boundaries is not just a simple action. It's a profound form of self-love and empowerment. It means giving yourself permission to honor your own needs without feeling ashamed or obligated to please everyone else. When you say no to something that drains you, you're not closing a door. You're opening up space for healing, for joy, and genuine connection. You're telling yourself that your time and energy are valuable, and you deserve to protect them. Personally, learning to say no was one of the most liberating journeys of my life. At first, It felt awkward and uncomfortable. I worried about hurting feelings or being judged. But with time, I realized that true friends and family respect my limits, and that by caring for myself first, I show up as a better, more present person for those I love. Saying no isn't rejection. It's an invitation to prioritize your well-being, your peace, and your happiness. So, if you find yourself agreeing to too many things, take a moment to pause. Listen to your body and heart. Remember that it's perfectly okay and necessary to say no sometimes. Your health, your energy, and your spirit depend on it. 8. Believing aging means becoming invisible or irrelevant. One of the most painful and persistent myths that so many women carry as they enter their 70s is the mistaken belief that aging somehow makes them invisible or irrelevant. It's a heartbreaking notion that after decades of living fully, loving deeply, working hard, and raising families, society suddenly sidelines their voices and their presence, as if their contributions no longer matter. This idea is not just false, it's downright cruel. Aging is not a fading into the background. It is a powerful evolution into a stage of life rich with insight, experience, and unparalleled wisdom. From my observations and countless conversations with women in their 70s and beyond, I have witnessed time and again how these women are the quiet heroes of their families, communities, and even workplaces. They carry within them the stories of triumphs over adversity, lessons learned from mistakes, and perspectives that only a lifetime can teach. Their advice is often the guiding light for younger generations. Their empathy offers comfort to those in pain, and their resilience serves as a beacon of hope in difficult times. It deeply saddens me that society often tries to dismiss or diminish this invaluable treasure trove of life experience, implying that once a woman crosses a certain age, she should step aside, keep quiet, or be content with the sidelines. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Women over 70 have a voice that is not just important. It is essential. Their perspectives bring depth and balance to conversations about everything from family dynamics to social change. Moreover, I truly believe that this stage of life offers a unique kind of freedom. The freedom to be unapologetically yourself, to speak your truth boldly, and to influence the world in meaningful ways that weren't possible before. The confidence that comes with years lived means there is less need to please others and more desire to contribute authentically. Women in their 70s often embrace passions they had to set aside earlier, pursue new dreams, and redefine what it means to be vibrant and relevant. To every woman reading this who feels overlooked or undervalued, please know this: you are not invisible. You are not irrelevant. Your presence is a gift, your voice is powerful, and your wisdom is desperately needed. The world needs you to share your stories, your laughter, your strength, and your love. Don't ever let anyone make you doubt your worth or silence your spirit. Aging is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of a remarkable new chapter where your light can shine brighter than ever before. Hold your head high, speak up, and remind the world just how invaluable you truly are. 9. Buying clothes just to hide your age. It's heartbreaking how often I see people, especially those who have lived rich, full lives, choosing to dress in dull, drab, or overly conservative clothes just because they think that's what they should do at their age. They settle for muted colors, shapeless garments, or styles that hide rather than highlight who they truly are. To me, this isn't just about fashion. It's about self-expression, confidence, and honoring the person you've become. Dressing in a way that hides your age can feel like quietly fading into the background, as if you're trying to erase the vibrant story your life has written. I understand why some feel this way. Society often sends us messages that growing older means stepping back, becoming less noticeable, or playing it safe. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Your age is not a limitation. It's a badge of experience, wisdom, and resilience. Every line, every gray hair, every story you carry is part of what makes you unique and beautiful. So why choose clothes that seem to mute your essence? When you opt for drab colors or uninspired styles just to look your age, you miss out on the chance to reclaim your joy and confidence through your appearance. Wearing colors and styles that make you feel fabulous can light up your entire demeanor. It can be as simple as a bright scarf, a tailored jacket in a joyful hue, or a playful pattern that reflects your personality. These choices are not about being flashy, they're about honoring yourself, embracing your individuality, and telling the world, "I'm here, and I'm proud of who I am." From my heart, I encourage anyone who feels trapped by these unspoken rules to break free. Experiment with fashion, try new styles, play with color, because your wardrobe can be a daily celebration of your journey and your spirit. Dressing with intention and joy doesn't erase your age. It amplifies your presence. It reminds you and everyone around you that beauty, confidence, and passion don't fade, they evolve. I've known people who felt invisible for years, until they decided to embrace styles that made them smile every morning. That simple shift gave them newfound energy, a bounce in their step, and a radiant glow that no age could diminish. It's more than clothes. It's reclaiming your power and living fully, boldly, and beautifully at every stage of life. Please, don't let outdated ideas or fear hold you back. You deserve to look and feel incredible every single day, wearing what lifts your soul and celebrates the amazing person you've become. Your age is not something to hide. It's something to honor with every outfit you choose and every step you take. 10. Skipping regular health checkups because it's too late. It's a heartbreaking and sadly common mindset that many older adults fall into. The belief that seeing a doctor regularly or addressing health concerns is pointless because it's too late to change anything. There's a deeply ingrained feeling that health problems are just inevitable parts of getting older, and that nothing can be done to prevent or improve them. But I want to gently challenge that idea because I truly believe it's one of the most dangerous and heartbreaking misconceptions out there. Avoiding regular health checkups because of fear, denial, or simply thinking this is normal for my age risks missing so many preventable issues. Many health problems, if caught early enough, can be managed, treated, or sometimes even reversed with the right care. When we stop paying attention or skip those important appointments, we lose the chance to catch these concerns before they become serious, life-altering complications. From my perspective, and from what I've witnessed in family, friends, and communities, it's never too late to start caring for your health. Aging doesn't have to mean resigning yourself to poor health or accepting avoidable suffering. Instead, it can be a time to be even more intentional about your well-being. The body may change, yes, but it still responds to care, attention, and treatment. I remember seeing loved ones who, out of fear or stubbornness, avoided doctors for years. They convinced themselves that aches, pains, or unusual symptoms were just part of getting old. But later, when serious diseases or complications appeared, things that might have been caught or mitigated with earlier medical attention, it was devastating to realize that simple checkups and conversations with doctors could have made a difference. There's also a powerful emotional side to this. Sometimes, avoiding the doctor comes from fear of what might be found. Fear of bad news, scary diagnoses, or difficult treatments. That's perfectly understandable. But ignoring these fears doesn't make problems disappear. It often makes them worse. Facing those fears with courage and support can bring peace of mind, better quality of life, and even hope. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Regular health checkups aren't just about finding illnesses. They're about building a partnership with your healthcare team, discussing concerns, adjusting medications, preventing falls, maintaining mobility, and ensuring you feel as good as possible every day. They're an act of self-love and respect, a way of honoring your life and all you still want to enjoy and accomplish. So, if you or someone you know is tempted to skip these visits because you feel it's too late, please pause and reconsider. Every moment you invest in your health is valuable. It's never too late to prioritize yourself, to ask questions, and to seek help. Your golden years deserve the best care you can give yourself, and you deserve to feel supported, seen, and cared for at every age. Remember, your health matters, not just for you, but for the people who love you and want to see you thrive. Taking that step to schedule a checkup might feel small, but it's a huge, powerful act of hope and healing. Don't let fear or resignation hold you back. You're worth every bit of care and attention, now and always. 11. Believing you should stop learning or trying new things. It's truly heartbreaking and frustrating to see how many people, especially after reaching their 70s, convince themselves that their brains have slowed down too much, or that their bodies are too worn out to take on new challenges, hobbies, or skills. This kind of thinking is not only wrong, it's downright cruel to ourselves. I have witnessed so many amazing individuals who, well into their 70s, 80s, and beyond, embraced new adventures, from picking up painting brushes to learning how to use smartphones or starting to write their life stories. These moments of learning bring them a renewed sense of purpose, joy, and excitement that many younger people envy. It's not about competing with anyone or racing against time. It's about honoring your own spirit's endless potential. Stopping because of age. That's nonsense. Age is just a number, not a barrier. The truth is that our brains are incredibly resilient and plastic. They can grow, adapt, and create new pathways throughout our entire lives if we feed them with curiosity and challenge. Every new skill learned is like a little celebration of life, a victory against the stereotypes that tell us we should slow down or give up. I feel that continuing to learn keeps me vibrant and connected to the world around me. It fuels hope and reminds me that no matter how many birthdays we've celebrated, the chance to explore and discover is always within reach. So to anyone feeling discouraged or thinking, "I'm too old for this," I want you to pause and think, what if the best part of your life's still waiting just around the corner? What if trying something new could bring unexpected joy, friendships, or even healing? Don't let society's outdated ideas steal your dreams. Keep learning, keep trying, keep growing, because your heart and mind deserve that beautiful chance every single day. 12. Feeling guilty about taking time for yourself. One of the hardest habits to break, and one that silently steals so much happiness, is the feeling of guilt that arises when you take time just for yourself. Many of us grow up believing that putting everyone else's needs before our own is the right thing to do, the selfless thing to do. Whether it's family, friends, or even neighbors, we often carry the weight of their expectations on our shoulders. We say yes to every request, put aside our desires and rest, and sometimes ignore the whispers of our hearts. But this relentless sacrifice comes at a high price. Your peace, your joy, and ultimately, your sense of self. I've witnessed this struggle personally and through the stories of many older adults who live with this guilt every day. There's a deep, emotional tug that tells you, if I take a moment for myself, I'm being selfish. That voice is so convincing that it can drown out your own needs and make you feel undeserving of rest, happiness, or even a simple moment of solitude. But here's the painful truth. When you constantly put yourself last, you begin to lose touch with who you are. You risk burning out emotionally and physically, and that makes it harder to truly show up for others in a healthy, loving way. Taking time for yourself, whether it's a peaceful walk in the park, reading a book, sitting quietly with a cup of tea, or simply doing nothing at all, is not a luxury. It's a vital act of self-love and self-preservation. It replenishes your spirit and recharges your energy so that you can continue to give generously without losing yourself in the process. This time you dedicate to yourself is sacred. It reminds you that your feelings, dreams, and well-being matter just as much as anyone else's. I believe this is one of the most important lessons anyone can learn, especially as we grow older. We are often caregivers, supporters, and pillars for those around us, but we must also be our champions. Learning to gently silence that inner voice of guilt takes practice, courage, and kindness toward yourself. It means setting boundaries without apology, saying no without fear, and embracing your right to joy and peace unapologetically. Imagine what your life could feel like if you stopped feeling guilty for resting or doing something that nourishes your soul. Imagine waking up every day knowing you're honoring yourself just as much as you honor others. That freedom is priceless. It brings a sense of balance, happiness, and resilience that spills over into every relationship and every moment. So please, be gentle with yourself. Permit yourself to take that time to breathe, to heal, and to simply be. Your peace and joy are not selfish. They are necessary, beautiful, and worth fighting for. Thank you so much for watching and spending this time with us. We've covered a lot of important habits and truths that can truly transform how we live and feel every day, especially as we embrace the later chapters of life. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one lesson or insight that stood out to you? What's one thing you feel inspired to put into practice starting today? Please take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might just inspire someone else who needs to hear it. And if you found this video helpful and meaningful, please don't forget to like, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more uplifting content made just for you. Remember, your peace, joy, and happiness matter deeply. Let's keep supporting each other on this beautiful journey.